Hey, what's going on? So big news for anyone who's been grinding MUT or just poking around the menus. EA Sports pushed out patch 1.0116 and rolled Season 7 into the game. And it's one of those updates that feels like it actually reshapes how you build a squad, rather than just tinkering around the edges. The headline grabber is a full overhaul of progression in Ultimate Team, a new 45-level field pass that hands out coins, packs, season tickets, upgrade tokens, and XP tokens as you move up the track, which fundamentally changes the rhythm of the grind because it gives players steady, predictable rewards you can plan around instead of hoping for a lucky pack pull. Alongside that progression shift, the team introduced Upgradeable Legends that can be pushed all the way to a 98 overall. And that alone is huge for competitive play. They specifically highlighted a handful of classic names who are available as upgradable legend cards: Joe Thomas, Eric Dickerson, Brandon Marshall, Darrell Revis, and DeMarcus Ware. And the idea here is that these cards come with all 32 team chemistries available and access to top-tier abilities and X-Factors. So you're not just getting a high-rated legend, you're getting a super flexible piece you can slot into pretty much any build. The upgrade token system ties directly into the field pass rewards, so the pathway to those top-end tiers is less about pack RNG and more about time and tokens earned through objectives and the field pass. Another massive systems change is the temporary 0 AP ability window that's been activated for Season 7. What that means in practice is that for a limited time, the update details point out this window runs through April 21st, 2026. Ability points don't gate you from stacking multiple high-end abilities on players anymore, so teams that lean heavily on ability synergy or like to pile X-Factors into a lineup can do so without the usual AP trade-offs. It's a bold move because it flips a major balancing lever that's typically a constant in competitive roster construction. Expect to see weird, creative, and sometimes downright absurd ability combinations showing up in matches while this is active. The progression philosophy behind the patch is worth calling out in plain terms. Tokens replace some of the randomness and make upgrading toward those 97 to 98 tiers something you can plan for. Rather than relying entirely on cracking open packs until you pull the perfect card, you earn upgrade tokens through the field pass and can apply those to specific players to push them up tiers. That's a meaningful shift for players who prefer a grind with reliable indicators of progress. You'll still be spending coins and packs, but the upgrade token pipeline makes elite cards more reachable through play and objectives. It's the kind of change that can reduce the pay-to-win feel for some players, while also rewarding consistent engagement. Season 7 isn't just systems and economy, though. EA also dropped new content programs to feed roster diversity. Team Diamonds and Flashbacks are part of the launch content, offering different ways to chase themed cards and build meta-bending rosters. Team Diamonds tends to spotlight elite, high-end cards tied to a team or theme, while Flashbacks give you vintage versions of players that can surprise people when slotted into modern lineups. Combined with the upgradable legends and the token-driven progression, these programs give everyone options, whether you want to chase a themed collection or strategically upgrade a handful of cornerstone cards. On the gameplay and stability side, the patch attempts to smooth out a lot of the rough edges players have reported. Menu responsiveness issues that were affecting both franchise mode and Ultimate Team are addressed. There are AI tweaks meant to make CPU behavior feel less exploitable in certain scenarios, and performance optimizations are supposed to reduce crashes and improve frame stability for a lot of users. None of that reads as glamorous compared to shiny new cards, but in practice, those fixes matter when you're spending hours in-game. Fewer crashes and snappier menus make the whole experience less frustrating, and that's a win. If you're someone who cares about the competitive landscape, this update is going to require a strategy refresh. So the temporary 0 AP window until April 24th means ability costs won't be the limiting factor for building a top 5 defense or an offense loaded with specialty abilities. So expect meta shifts and new dominant archetypes to emerge quickly. Teams built around synergy combos will thrive early, and then once the 0 AP window closes, you'll watch the meta recalibrate again. Likewise, the token-based upgrade path changes the calculus on whether you chase a mid-tier card now or save tokens for a big push toward a 97+ card later. Pacing your field pass leveling and token spending becomes a tactical choice, not just a grind. There are also a few practical takeaways for different types of players. If you're an objective and progression player, prioritize the field pass levels that dole out upgrade tokens and season tickets, because those are the levers that move you toward the new upgradable legend thresholds.